You raising a bitch ass nigga. This man gonna have to go in the world without you, mom, one day, man. Start raising bitch ass niggas, man. You can't do that. Yo, you can't talk to my son like that.
And it's always about what you want your kids to turn into. You know, son, they always say in order to know that you're dealing with real gold, you got to put the kid in, not in the fire literally, but you got to put them in the fire. They used to always tell me that. The cream always rise to the top. If you put a kid in the midst of all of this turmoil, um, he's gonna rise to the top, and I don't mean like break the kid down mentally or anything like that, but you have to allow them to grow up so they can be tough and that they can be reliable as men. That's what you want the ultimate goal to be, is to turn the kid into a better human being. And if that's a part of that process, I believe men have to be able to figure things out.
Shout out to Boosie the other day. And I like this question. This is a really dope question. And people be thinking Boosie joking and everything else. But I thought this was a really dope question. I want to ask you guys this. Is that you know as a parent that your kid ain't gonna make it, but they in it. They on the team. They playing football. They playing basketball. They playing soccer. They playing volleyball. But they the last nigga on each of the teams I named. They very athletic, but they the 12th man on the basketball team. They 53rd on the football team. They only getting in volleyball if somebody gets hurt. Do you support their dream and tell them that they're still going pro knowing that they're not going pro? How do you handle that as a parent? That's what Boosie was saying. Boosie was like, I don't know what to do because I know my little nigga ain't going pro. I got to keep going to these games. I got to keep showing up, supporting. I got to act like the dream going to come true. And I know it's not going to happen. He's just not good enough. How does that work as a parent? Where do you say, your son, you should look into accounting or you should look into coaching? Because you don't want to discourage their dreams neither, but if it's not realistic, how do you handle that?
You know, for me, it's real simple, man. Consistent words you're going to hear from me, man, is deal with reality. And it's more or less, and I'll get more personal with this because my daughter was so smart that she skipped 2 grades, right? And when she skipped 2 grades, she was 2 years younger than everybody else. Excuse me, as she started to develop in sports. And as she started to develop in sports, she was, she was basically like athletically behind everybody. So she was one of those people who didn't get in the game as much, who didn't do all this other shit, right? And I said, either I can sit here and lie to my daughter and say, hey, man, you're going to get it together one day and all this other shit, or I can have her deal with reality and get all the good shit that you're supposed to get out of sports, right? You're supposed to be on time. You're supposed to be, proud for your teammates. You're supposed to get all this other shit out of the sport. But I'm not about to lie to you and say that it's about to be scouts here scouting you because that doesn't fit the criteria. And I just have the thought that later on in life, she'll be like, yo, my pops was honest with me. And I've been able to deal with that honesty. And I've seen her break down. I've seen her get sad at games. I've seen it all. But I think that you let a kid down when you just lie to them and you just create like this habit of just like always selling people pipe dreams. Because then at that point, they're putting effort and the focus into something that won't materialize, right? And I just didn't want to do that myself. But on an ego side, I said we're gonna get something else that's right because your self-esteem about to be broken down through sports, right? And so, I'm gonna get some other shit together to build you up and all this other stuff that we do through business and things that I want to see her have success in. But me, I deal with reality. Like I'm like a firm believer. I said 1,000 times, wherever you at is where you at, and I think that parents should be like brutally honest with their kids. That if they not gonna make it, just that's my opinion and my experience.
Like, I just gotta agree with Cam. It's just being honest with yourself. When you know. Like, I played sports in high school. If my coach putting me in fourth quarter, there's 2 minutes left, I know I'm not making it to the league. So I gave up quick, focused on academics, and I'm happy I did because I'm where I am now. So I had to give that up. You just gotta know, like, look, I'm not making it. It's just not going anywhere.